In today's video, I want to talk to you about 5 low cap altcoins that you should have on your radar right now. All of these coins are tapping in to very hot niches within the cryptocurrency market. And look, the deal has always been, if you want to make the big gains in crypto, you have to find the good stuff early. So in this video, I'm going to share what I think is some of the good stuff with you. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing, so if that's a topic that you would like to learn some more about, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel, gently tap on the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and of course click on the notification bell to know when I put out a new video. By the way, before we do dive into the coins, just a quick disclaimer, no one has paid me to talk about any of these coins. I do own the coins that I'll be discussing here. I'm also a pre-sale investor in a couple that haven't actually come to the market yet, but are coming out very soon, but we'll talk about that more when we get to those particular coins. Also, this is just a short overview of these coins. This is not a sufficient amount of research in terms of going out and making a decision to put your money into this or not. This is just an appetizer for you. And if you like what you hear, if you think that this might have value, then I suggest that you go out and do your own gosh darn research before investing your hard-earned money into any of the coins that I'm discussing in today's video. With all that being said, let's get into it. And the first coin I want to talk about today is Ramp DeFi. Now, if you've been a follower of the channel for a while, you know we've talked about Ramp DeFi quite a few times here on the channel. I'm still bullish on this coin. I still think that this is a potential future DeFi blue chip coin. So essentially what Ramp does is it allows you to take your stakeable coins or your liquidity provider positions and actually get USD in exchange for those. So you can actually come into their platform, stake, for example, the Ramp token or Cake, the Pancake Swap token, wrapped BINANCE token, or lots of other stuff. They're also operating on the Polygon network. They're operating on the Ethereum network, currently across 3 blockchains, which is pretty gosh darn awesome. So you take these assets and you can actually get dollars in exchange for putting those coins up. So you still get your returns in terms of your staking rewards, but you then get dollars you can take out on top of that, and then take those dollars and buy more coins or put those coins into a yield farm to earn even more on your money. So this is a liquid staking protocol that allows you to basically juice your gains to the next level. Very cool stuff. And obviously they've been building a lot. They've been doing a lot. They continue to add new assets all the time. They're adding new blockchains all the time. Obviously, they're currently plugged into the 3 most popular at the moment with Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, and Ethereum. That's where probably 90% of all sort of users and traction is right now for the cryptocurrency space. So they're tapped into exactly where they need to be tapped into, and they've just been going from strength to strength to strength. Now, the all-time high price for Ramp DeFi was $1. $1.01 is what it got up to back in March. It's of course down massively since then, but here's the thing. The fundamentals haven't changed for Ramp DeFi. They're still building strong. They're still deploying new assets, new technology, integrating with new blockchains, moving forward all the time. The fundamentals of Ramp have only got better over time, and yet the asset itself is on a massive discount right now. I think that this is still something that could potentially 20x and get up to a $1 billion market cap at some point. That is why I am still in the majority of my Ramp position. Now, I've taken profits on Ramp before, got my initial capital back out, took out a little bit of, extra money just to buy something nice for the missus, buy something nice for myself, do a couple new shirts for the collection, right? But I'm still in the vast majority of my Ramp position because I think that this technology, this protocol, has the potential to get up to a $1 billion market cap. That's when I will probably sell the rest of my position. So that is what I'm aiming for. This is a potential 20x coin in my mind, which is why I'm still holding most of my Ramp position. The next coin I want to talk with you about is called Covalent. Now, Covalent has actually just come out recently to the markets. So they actually had their sale a couple of months ago, I think now, but they have now come out. So basically, Covalent provides a unified API bringing visibility to billions of blockchain data points. So data, all this on-chain data we're always talking about, all these different things we're talking about, like Bitcoin and stuff like that. Covalent is taking it to the whole next level here in terms of bringing data on chain. And look at all the blockchains they're supporting for really in-depth integral data about network statistics, holder positions, all this kind of stuff. Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Avalanche, Phantom, Elrond, Edgeware, Moonbeam, RSK, Near Protocol, Polkadot, Starkware, and Arbitrum. That's incredible. These are the biggest names in crypto that Covalent's supporting here for their data solutions. I mean, this is big stuff. So this is a very important protocol. And they've got 25 billion rich transactions indexed, including every transaction since the genesis for 6 blockchains. Think about that. All of that data searchable. That data becomes useful. 200,000 plus smart contracts available with internal data structures for querying. Incredible. 30,000 plus price feeds for fiat and crypto pairs. Mind-boggling stuff. This is some serious amount of data that they have built in here. So we have, the APIs that you can use. You have marketplaces here. You can create your own APIs as well. They have NFTs that they bring in as well, taxation calculators, all kinds of crazy stuff here. There's so much data that Covalent is bringing in. I'm very, very bullish on this protocol. I think they've been doing some really amazing stuff. As they say, they're a one-stop shop for blockchain data. So, that being said, it's in a way quite similar to the Graph. Now, the Graph currently has a market cap of $2 billion. And what is the market cap of Covalent currently? Oh, look at this. $48 million. Do you see what I see? I see something that is a very high value protocol that has got very good technology, which is very undervalued right now. And there's one other thing I do want to point out here for you before you think, oh, that's just another protocol doing something. I mean, come on, Lark. Look who is behind Covalent. This is some mind-blowing stuff. Hashed, which is one of the biggest venture capital firms in Korea, Binance freaking Labs, Coinbase Ventures, come on, Coinbase Ventures here, guys, that's big stuff. Alameda Research, which of course is the guys behind FTX, and a lot more of sort of the biggest and most respected names from the venture capital space in crypto, which means that we're going to see a lot of very valuable connections being made for Covalent moving forward with these massive firms behind it, which makes me think there's something going on here. These guys only have a less than a $50 million market cap right now. Now, they've only actually been out on the market for a very short amount of time. We can just go here and see the maximum price history. Here we go. It came out on the 23rd of June, and as with most assets, we see a first big day pump and then things that kind of quiet. That 23rd of June date, that was basically right when the massive dump was happening for the entire cryptocurrency market. So essentially, this has come out in a bear market and a very bearish time for the market. And so a lot of people haven't really been paying attention to it. It hasn't seen sort of the price appreciation that it would have seen had it come out at a more bullish time in the market. But just because the current price is low doesn't mean that the backers aren't phenomenal and that the technology isn't solid, because it is very solid. It's very real technology. It's very valuable technology. It's very relevant technology for the cryptocurrency space. And it is currently trading at 1/40th of the price of its nearest competitor, the Graph. Something worth taking a look at. Something worth taking a look at there. By the way, every single week, my team and I produce Wealth Mastery. This is an investor report designed for cryptocurrency investors to help give you an edge on what the heck is happening in this fast-moving market. Every single week, you're going to get a deep dive altcoin report. This week, we looked into the Cosmos chain-based decentralized exchange called Osmosis. We update you on the latest token sales, the latest airdrops. We do a step-by-step decentralized finance tutorial. This week, we showed you how to earn over 100% APY using Kyber Network on the Polygon network. We also do an interview with an industry leader every week. This week it was Wilder World. This is an NFT metaverse, very similar to Decentraland, but at like 1/100th of the market cap. And much, much more. All of that every single week for less than $10, meaning this is the most value-packed and at the same time the most affordable investor report on the market. Oh, this week we also dived into the best yields that you can get on your Bitcoin right now. So tons of value, massively value packed. Check it out. Link down below in the description for you. The next coin I want to talk with you about is called OpenOcean. Now, I actually mentioned this a couple months ago now on the channel. They had been thinking about having their token sale back then, but they actually pushed it back. Well, now we are at the point where this is about to go live. They're doing their Poke Starter on the 9th, which is tomorrow for most of you. And then they're going to be opening up liquidity mining later this week. So it's actually going to be 2% of the OpenOcean tokens are going to be claimable as an airdrop for early users of the service. So basically what OpenOcean is doing, they are a decentralized finance and centralized finance full aggregation protocol. So essentially they're working with some of the major blockchains. As you can see right here, they're currently supporting Ethereum, the Binance Smart Chain, Ontology, Tron, Solana, soon to be with Polygon. Also, of course, you can see here in the near term plans, Phantom XDAI, the Huobi Eco Chain, Polkadot, Neo, Avalanche, Harmony, and I'm sure we'll see more coming in later. So essentially what OpenOcean does is it allows you to find the best price on the market with the lowest possible slippage, basically by coming in and applying their intelligent routing algorithm to deliver you the best prices on any swaps that you're making. So this is a full-on aggregator that's going to support most assets on most public networks. This goes way beyond what we're seeing with a lot of the current offerings. So this is a major improvement by actually allowing you to just move right across chains and have this really interoperable experience with your swapping back and forth between the world's biggest and most used blockchains. So this is something kind of similar to 1inch, which is right now operating with Ethereum and with Polygon, but we see it coming with a lot more networks planned, as you can see, for the not so distant future. OpenOcean right now, it's not a fantasy product that's going to launch someday in some distant future. It's actually already the leading decentralized exchange aggregator on the Binance Smart Chain. That's very impressive. It's also the first and only decentralized exchange aggregator on Solana right now. Very interesting as well. And it's the only aggregator currently operating on the Tron blockchain. So they are already doing some pretty gosh darn amazing stuff. They already have more than 200,000 unique active addresses that have interacted with their protocol. More than 730,000 transactions have taken place with more than $2 billion in volume. That is some impressive statistics for such a recent launched protocol. And what's interesting here is that they're not stopping at just simple swaps between assets. We're also going to be talking about margin. We're also going to be talking about derivatives. We're also going to be talking about yield products, insurance products. Sky's the limit here, and they're planning on doing all of those things, which means that I think OpenOcean is a very exciting protocol, and I think one that's going to start getting a bit of traction when they do launch the token in the coming few days here. So it's definitely one to keep an eye on. Oh, and just so you can understand who is behind OpenOcean, very important, Binance, lead investor on OpenOcean. That, of course, is impressive. And we also have Huobi, one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchanges, also a major investor, OKX, another massive cryptocurrency exchange. We have the Tron Foundation, we have DAOmaker, which they've been doing some massive launches that have been super, super successful. Fembushi Capital, these guys have been behind some of the biggest cryptocurrency launches out there. So this is a pretty impressive group of people behind OpenOcean. Now, as I mentioned, probably their nearest competitor right now is 1inch. Now, 1inch currently has a market cap of $500 million. So that's pretty impressive. Now, what's interesting, they're currently down more than half from their all-time high, which means that at one point, 1inch was a unicorn. It did get to the $1 billion market cap and actually a little bit beyond that. So what we're talking about here is OpenOcean coming out, having stellar backers, offering more blockchains, more access, more products, and it's going to be coming out with a valuation in the millions, whereas 1inch currently has a valuation in the hundreds of millions. So this is definitely one, in my opinion, to keep an eye on. Now, I just want to put a quick notice out here for you. Since it is launching soon, I just want you to be careful if you are going to be looking at OpenOcean and diving into it when it comes out. Because as we see so often with early launches, the first hour or two, the asset can go totally crazy. Don't get caught up in all that craziness and hype. You can get burned real fast, real quick. If you want to get some OpenOcean, relax, let things steady out a little bit, let it stabilize, and then start getting yourself a position into this coin. So I want to make that clear because these newly launched tokens can have some pretty volatile price action when they first come onto the market. Now, the next two coins that I want to talk with you about are NFT related coins. As you can see here, NFT sale volumes actually hit $2.5 billion in the first half of 2021. Now, that's a lot of cheddar, $2.5 billion. And you know what? I think that NFTs, it's just starting. It's just starting. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are still very skeptical of the entire NFT space. And they're saying, well, you know, this art that's selling for hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, it's ridiculous. It's not going to hold any value long term, yada, yada, yada. I get it. You know, copy and paste it, whatever. But essentially what we're talking about here is verifiable digital scarcity and verifiable digital ownership of collectibles. Now, for some people, that's going to be art, and they like a certain artist, so they're going to get an art piece, buy one of those artists, or you're going to buy a meme from the original meme creator, whatever it might be. If you think that has value, that's really, really cool. Here's the thing, though. What we're going to see, and what I think a lot of people are completely just missing out on when it comes to NFTs, all these big brands that are going to start coming in. You're going to have Batman and the Avengers and comic books and Magic the Gathering and all these different things, these different, you know, superhero universes and all this stuff. They're going to start releasing collectibles as NFTs. We're going to have collectible card games released as NFTs. We're going to have all kinds of stuff coming out as NFT releases. It's going to be some seriously big stuff. We already have the likes of Marvel, for example, getting into the NFT space. Marvel, guys, come on, that's huge. You can't tell me that's not huge because that's massive beyond belief. This is the biggest superhero universe out there, and they're getting in to NFT collectibles. And it's not just them, it's the biggest film franchises, it's musicians, it's artists, it's sports players. I mean, come on, if you think that a collectible baseball card has value, then why not a baseball card, but just an NFT version? What, just because it's digital and on the internet, it doesn't have any value? That's crazy. Of course it's going to have value. But much like with baseball cards, there's a lot of baseball cards that have virtually no value because they're too common or whatever it might be. But those rare collectible ones, they go on to have massive value. As with all collectibles, a lot of stuff just is not going to be worth much long term. But we will see some of those NFTs going on to be worth a lot of money. Now, as always, when we talk about NFTs, I would like to reiterate my thesis on NFTs. I'm not such a big proponent of going out and buying the NFTs themselves as a form of speculation. Now look, if you're super into Marvel and you want to get a bunch of Marvel NFTs and you think that they're going to be worth more in the future, have at it, man. Have fun, because you're going to have fun collecting those Marvel NFTs anyway because you're already into it. You're already a Marvel fan. You want to have these NFTs because you like whatever Marvel characters that it might be, whether it's Captain America or whatever it might be, you like those things. You enjoy those things. Those things give you pleasure. So when you buy those NFTs, you're already winning. But you might take it as a collector's perspective as well, where you might think, yeah, I love Captain America. So I'm going to buy 5 Captain America NFTs. I'm going to keep one for myself. And the other 4 I'm going to hold on to for 10 years. And look, if they go down to 0, well, I've got a bunch of Captain America NFTs and I'm just a happy dude because I like Captain America. But if those go up in value because they're unique and rare and first editions, I'm going to sell these in 10 years for 50 times what I bought them for. That may be the case. And if that's your thing, and if you understand what you're getting into when you get into these highly speculative NFT assets, you rock it. You rock it. You do you. But what I'm doing, pick and shovel plays. Pick and shovel plays, as in all gold rushes, and the NFT rush is a bit of a gold rush. The people who are going to make the most money are going to be the ones selling the picks and shovels. Now, by the way, Marvel is collaborating with Veve. Now, Veve is part of Ecomi. Now, Ecomi, something I talked about on the channel way back in the day, and I was doing the calculations today had I held on to my OMI tokens over time, how many millions of dollars I would have had, but I don't have. Life. But anyway, I bring up Ecomi because it is an NFT platform that's made it, essentially, right? They've become a damn big deal. Look at their current market cap, $720 million. That's very, very impressive. They're worth more than $500 million. Absolutely incredible. And here's the crazy thing. They're down 72% from their all-time highs back in March, which means that they had a market cap of around $2 billion or something like that. So very, very successful. The demand for NFT pick and shovel plays like Ecomi are obviously very, very big, which makes me want to look at lower cap NFT plays. Now, we've talked about a lot of NFT plays here on the channel. For example, I'm still big on Efinity. I still have a lot of ERN tokens. I'm still big on Terra Virtua. I still have a lot of TVK tokens. And this is actually after taking profits aggressively on both of those coins. I've sold the majority of my position on both of those coins, but I'm still holding significant amounts of those tokens on the thesis that we will see these tokens go up again in the future, that we will see this NFT hype returning, and that we will see some seriously big valuations like Ecomi has right now in a bear trend, still worth $700 million. Very, very incredible that. Now, here's 2 that I am keeping my eye on. So Ecomi is not technically part of our top 5 list here, but a shout out to them anyway. But one that I want you guys to have on your radar, Wilder World. Now, as mentioned, we did interview them this week in the Wealth Mastery newsletter. I've mentioned them on the channel here before. So this is a decentralized NFT marketplace, artist guild, and metaverse. So they're working with some really big, some really cool artists, doing some really, really cool stuff. And you can kind of watch this in the background here as I chat. So you kind of get an idea of what it is that they're building. They're building this universe, this virtual reality universe, where you can come in with your high quality NFTs designed by some world-class artists that will actually allow you to have these beautiful experiences. I mean, look what's going on screen behind me here. It's really, really cool stuff. So this kind of high quality NFT metaverse worlds are going to have value. And if you think, well, okay, come on, these kind of metaverse worlds, like, are they really going to have that much value? Have you guys heard about Decentraland? Because it's kind of a big gosh darn deal. And what I like about Wilder is really just the quality of what they're bringing to the table here. We have things that just look beautiful, as well, of course, of having all these, functionalities of the marketplace and stuff actually built into it. So it's a very, very cool one. I've got a bag of Wilder tokens, basically on the assumption that we're going to see this mooning in the not so distant future. And what makes me bullish, besides, of course, the cool art and the cool metaverse and all that stuff, is look who's just freaking invested in Wilder World. The Digital Freaking Currency Group. Now, the Digital Currency Group, you might know who these guys are. These are the guys who own CoinDesk, one of the biggest publications in the crypto space, and they also own a little company you might have heard of called fricking Grayscale. Grayscale, of course, is the biggest investment vessel for cryptocurrencies for institutional investors right now. They have over 600,000 Bitcoin, millions of Ethereum, truckloads of other cryptocurrencies. They have invested in Wilder World. Now, the Digital Currency Group and Barry Silbert, they also invested in Decentraland, which is where we come to, I think, the potential of Wilder World. Now, look, it's an asymmetric bet, right? They either succeed and it goes crazy, or they don't succeed and the token doesn't do well. If they do succeed, if they do well, then the potential is massive. The market cap of Wilder right now, $11 million. Pretty small market cap coin. The market cap right now of Decentraland, $1 billion. We're gonna round that up. We're gonna round this 959 million up to $1 billion. Just got $1 billion. That means that if Wilder World can get to the same level that Decentraland is at right now, I just want to point that out right now, because they're currently 50% under their all-time high, which means that Decentraland actually had an all-time high market cap of $2 billion. But let's just say if Wilder can get to the current market cap of Decentraland over the next year, for example, that's 100x. That's 100x play right there. And it's possible. Digital Currency Group obviously is bullish on it, and they think that there is potential for Wilder to repeat the kind of success that they had as investors on Decentraland. So I'm bullish on this. I'm bullish on NFTs, obviously. I think Decentraland has done fantastically. Wilder is a very, very low cap one that has a potential to do very, very well moving forward. And the last one to discuss with you today is called Efinity. Now, Efinity, this comes from the guys at Engine. Now, Engine, in case you are not familiar, they are the OG when it comes to NFTs. They were innovating NFT technology before most people even knew what it was or were thinking about it. These guys are responsible for literal token standards that we use today. They're the ones who created those token standards that we're using now for NFT technology. Now, what Efinity is, very, very interesting. This is a next generation blockchain for NFTs. So basically what they are building here is an NFT marketplace that allows for massive scalability, and they're building it on Polkadot. So this is essentially an NFT play from Engine, one of the most successful NFT companies in the entire crypto space right now, who are building a Polkadot-based parachain for NFTs on Polkadot with a focus, of course, on interoperability. This is big stuff. Now, they actually raised $20 million in their CoinList sale. That was a few weeks ago. But I'm very excited about it because obviously Engine has done incredible things when it comes to the entire NFT space. And so to see them launching a new product, and on Polkadot, a blockchain that I'm also very bullish on. I'm, a Polkadot bull, as I'm sure you guys know. I talk about it all the time. Very bullish on Polkadot, what they're doing with their technology. And then you tell me that Engine is building an NFT product on top of that, running for its, and they're going to, of course, then try to get a parachain, which I'm sure they'll be successful at because the Engine community is freaking huge. This is going to be big. This is going to be big. I'm very, very excited about it. Now, I do want to point out, because I'm sure people are going to start asking, Lark, where can I buy the Efinity token? Well, it's not trading yet. They had their sale on CoinList on June 24th. We talked about this in the Wealth Mastery newsletter. I hope some of the subscribers were able to get in on this. We actually talked about Efinity here on the channel as well a couple of months ago. So I hope that some of you guys were paying attention back then as well and were following Efinity and were able to get involved in the sale because I think it's going to be a pretty big one. Now, they're going to start releasing the tokens. The current plan is on August 4th. So let's watch for that to come to play here. So if you want to be getting some Efinity tokens, you'll have to wait a couple more weeks. until they start getting released. But you can put this on your radar, put this on your to-do list, look into Efinity, go read their white paper, learn some more about the vision that Engine is bringing to the Polkadot blockchain for NFTs, because it's very, very exciting. Anyway, those are just the 5 coins, 6 if you count Ecomi, that I'm keeping an eye on right now that I think have got some very, very high potential moving forward. But what about you? What cryptocurrencies do you think have a very high potential for seeing some seriously sick gains in the coming months? Let us all know your gems down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.